that. It's a nice whip, fucking gorgeous car. How are they all affording such nice cars, the guys? They're serious yokes. Dundalk Corey IC Barracks. You know what you have to do here, yeah?
Yeah. I've checked out my folder before,
Yeah? I'll just peek in here. Sure, may as well wait until
Plays down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really go in with the camera running. Just peek in that. Oh no, he's gone away, is he? Oh, straight up. Keep going.
Well, that was good. How are you keeping? What's your name, sorry? Stephen, what's your number?
238.
No bother, 238, is it?
Yeah.
Well, how's it going, Stephen? Listen, Stephen, there's an ongoing issue with lots of corruption that we've been reporting, and some of it was investigated but not investigated properly, and it's a matter of public record. One of the things is the theft of 15,000 that they're saying about from the rent accounts, but we know it's more, so we do, and by a staff member of Dundalk Town Council. And at the time, the council, the management of the council told the staff it was under investigation by Gardai. And then the council, the local council, the town council was dissolved. So they all thought, that's grand, that's all forgot about, water on their ducks back, you know what I mean? And it raised its ugly head then because of some of the corruption I was investigating, and whatever. Not when I say I was the secretary of a group with about 70 or 80 members from Dundalk here, and we were trying to do community projects and we were being prevented. But anyway, I sent a big long letter. It deals with lots of points about all the corruption and who was at what. 6.2 million was taken from the housing budget to build a house, or to give to the Malones, a Labour Fine Gael political dynasty, in the year that the hospital closed because there was no funds. So all the boys had their hands on the tiller. Now, Jerry Curley investigated it, but at the time I was telling you that needs to be sent to the Garda Fraud Squad. You're not trained to investigate that. Sure, the guards themselves were saying, we're not trained to investigate that. Anyway, I made my complaint, right? Then next thing I heard about it was RT Investigates did a program called Chamber Secrets, and put it out. And one of the things they dealt with was this €10,000, which it turns out was €15,000 from the rent accounts, okay? And they says, although Gardaí were made aware of it, no official complaint was made. Like, that's like the banks ringing the bank or guards and saying we were just robbed, and they say, well, don't call us, we'll call you, like, kind of a deal. You know what I mean? It was robbed. Now, the staff member who robbed the money, it only came to light when some woman was nearly getting evicted out of her house. But thank God she had her receipts. So, but Jerry Corley anyway proceeded to investigate it. So it was says on this RT programme, although Gardaí were made aware of it, no official complaint was made. Now I have the proof here and all the documentation that an official complaint was made. The DPP's office I've been speaking to today, they've told me to write to them. If they're going to have to make a decision to reopen it, because they've said there was no injured party. Of course there was an injured party, and they're working under the illusion that was only one person. So the crack with my rent and other people's rent wasn't counted into this report, so it's a false report anyway, and that's why the Garda Fraud Squad needs to be investigating this. That's what it's for. Like, there's no problem sending people out to pepper spray people in Coolock, or sending riot gear or lads in riot gear or public order unit out here in Dundalk for locals or whatever. There's a lot of corruption going on and a lot of greed, and it's not right. So I want to arrange a time and a date to come in to make this complaint. And it's not just that, there's in that letter it deals with so many issues. It's going to have to be sent on to the fraud squad. So if I can have a reference number and time and a date even to come in and meet with someone from the Garda fraud squad, and this time my interview has to be recorded. I mean, why is any time I'm being interviewed by guards it's recorded, like, you know what I mean? But if any time I'm making a complaint about it like this, it's all you know, with no recordings. And if you pull out this big long letter, detectives and superintendents seem to run from it, like, hold on a minute here, right? Like, the reason how this came to light, or when we really kicked off, I spoke up about Tony Golan and Adrian Donoghue and the death of them, and I says, well, like, the armed response unit was being used going around Tuberona, like, you know what I mean, dealing with young fellas, but yet it wasn't being used for the likes of these jobs that clearly the armed response unit should have been doing, yeah? So there's a failure on Jerry Corey's behalf in response to that, and his only response to that, oh, well, it's about the resources. But we know why the money, the same people who's telling us we haven't got the money from the resources are part of these big political dynasties that are robbing the little bit of resources that we do have. So it's absolutely disgusting. So now, in relation to Jerry Corley's investigation anyway, I will make a complaint about that to GSOC, but a crime is a crime. Criminal offence never stops becoming a criminal offence. And I want to report this criminal offence. And now, also, because they made a decision in the council, okay, to allow the man pay the money back, you can't go in after robbing the bank, yeah, and say, Jesus, here's the money back, lads. You know, 2 weeks later, Asher, no, there was no inter-party. You know, that's not how it works. This fella got caught in the act, yeah. There was victims, and there's more victims than what they're saying, yeah. There's just a big cover-up going on here. So it's a crime. But anybody else, right, who's not reporting that, and the management and telling the council that they reported that to the guards, are committing offence, because now they're becoming an aiding and abetting in the cover-up, haven't they? Yeah, and the reason why they're doing it is because they don't want to tell on this man, Tony Murray, from Dundalk Town Council, who knows about all these land deals, because if they tell on him, he knows about all the land deals that they've all been involved in. One of the complaints here was that a town clerk valued 0.83 acres of the sewage treatment plant that he was selling to a developer, McCoy Developments Limited. We put a stop to the development, right? Now,
he's after taking off, is he? He's after walking out right into the back room as you were talking now.
very rude.
Yeah, it's a bit rude. But see now what the crack is. Just why as you were talking, you just walked away. What was that about?
Yeah. Right now saying about
he's going to have to say.
He's saying who we were recording. So he's going to say the video.
Doesn't matter. It's in a public place. It's right to record. But documenting evidence. This is part of our investigation.
Jesus, that was mad. He has to come back out here at some point.
Yeah.
Someone has to.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time it goes up the place. 2 detectives will arrive in there.
That didn't look really good.
He'll say, sorry, I'll be back in a minute. Oh, here we go.
That was a guy that was. Right. That was very unprofessional.
Yeah. But that you was there, sorry, I'll be back in 1 second. So this is what well he was on. Frank did that to me before and he got in trouble. But
Yeah.
We let that us know.
Yeah.
Making the complaint is the objective here, and following them, enforcing them. It's open and shut. There's no way with this. It's open and shut, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Thinking, what the fuck? They don't realise I was talking to the superintendent and the chief superintendent's office about this.
Mad. I can't believe that's the response. Well, I can, like, that's no shock really. See all this stuff, that's way above that young fella's pay grade is. He's on the door, he's doing the hatch work.
You're going, fuck, he's right. Go in there, take off the uniform. Right, I'm out here, see you later, lads.
This comes deals with complaints and all of this. This is not a complaint. This is a. That was most peculiar.
I asked for the reference number. Didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do this and get a reference number. Gone. As soon as you start talking about that, doing jobs, the armors once you should have been doing, like, there's no arguing with it.
Yeah.
The hospital closed the year that the Malones took off with the, well, Noel Malone and two developers took off with the 6.2 million.
Yep.
For a fucking field to build social housing on, and we still have a fucking field. For the council to build up. I think they're closed, lads.
Oh, the 7 shift change. That's why he ran away. He wanted to be finished. Hot off.
Oh, he doesn't want the shit we're putting on them now. They don't like when their own is being held accountable.
We got his name, didn't we? And we got his number for walking away like
Stephen.
that. He just walked. That has to be something that does to walk away like that.
238.
Yeah. See that now? That's what sort of professional
Even if
behaviour
it
is
was
that?
a shift change, he'd still have to explain to you. He just walked away.
That was extraordinary. That was. That was a guard that just did that. Just that was.
It's a way to ring for someone to come down, I'd say. I'd imagine that's what he's doing. And if that's what he's doing the right thing, like.
Yeah,
because
want to be.
The fraud squad, he's saying, well, I'm not refusing it. So fair play, if that's what he is doing. But he'd be told, oh, fair play to you. Come back out there. We're closed. Oh, here we go.
No. I have a theory they're in there swimming around in a room full of donuts. They're swimming around.
Competition.
Who's making tea?
But that's 6 there, Mary.
There's more flies in this barracks than there is actually.
So I can't investigate other guards, okay?
No, I know that. I'm not asking you to investigate the guards.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
they're
what I can
GSOC
do is
that part.
I
Yeah.
can give you a number for the guard ombudsman, okay?
Yeah.
Or you can email the district office there. You can email them to the district office. You can email them and arrange an appointment.
Well, I've been trying to arrange an appointment and they're hanging up the phone and refusing
there's
it.
an email address there. That's the
Yeah, but you see, I want to report a theft, so I'm looking for a guard to take a report about theft, and I want to report fraud, and that has to be taken. That's not, and I'm not talking about guards. I'll report that part to GSOC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll also be reporting Charlie if he doesn't cop on to himself, like, and sit down and have a meeting, like, you know what I mean? This all happened before, and well, maybe he was working when they told RTE that, like, we need to get to the bottom of this, like, because it looks extremely bad, like, and like they're making decisions. I think the DPP's office realised today, like, I've told them, like, I'm broadcasting all this stuff now because, you know, because of things that's happened. So I also need to make another complaint in respect of, because of this stuff, Louth County Council were doing stuff against me and abusing my rights. I've won court case in respect of that, and then they started using Tusla to do it in respect of my child. Now they took my child illegally, and that's all accepted now, like, so the way it was done was completely illegally, and they're basically up shit creek now without a paddle. But one of the CEO of Tusla, or one of the staff, made a complaint against me, and the guards came from Dublin down to my house. So that she says that I was going to apparently shoot up a Tusla or head office of Tusla. Yeah, I'd be doing well now. I'd say myself, like, if I could do that. But 6 months later, when the guards came, and yet she did that to try and get around taking my complaint that I was trying to make for weeks. So this is a criminal offence, and so there's a few issues. But this one here, we're going to start with. Like, I want to report a theft, so I'm reporting a member of the staff of Louth County Council, and I'm reporting
and two members of staff or some of the management as well. There's going to be a big investigation of this because I have everything I have obtained under freedom of information. This is only a snippet of it. We have rooms and rooms and rooms of files. That's why this should be investigated by the Gardai fraud squad, and that's why Jerry Corley, well, I'll be making a complaint about him. And if
make an appointment with them, isn't it?
well, I have been, but they're basically fobbing me off. So I'm looking to make it come in and make a complaint. They keep saying when to make a complaint, so I'm going to need to make a complaint. At least then I have a reference number. And
it's about the fraud squad, is it?
it's about, or this is to the fraud squad. I need to make a complaint that needs to be passed on to the fraud squad, and if it's not passed on to the fraud squad,
Walked out again.
No, that's okay, we're getting someone out.
Yeah.
We're getting someone out. Because that's exactly what they would have said, they were saying up there. You know. He's been. Well, what are they going to say to him now? Oh no, go to GSOC. No, I won't go to GSOC. I will about the Gardai end of it, but this is about the council end of it.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Is he going into another room to ring them so we can't hear him? Or is he going in there and helping his own or?
You see, we don't know. This part of it all, we actually don't know yet.
It's like a leaving cert kid on work experience. What do I do next?
Yeah.
Step 2.
What's to say that Gardai was walking out of there with that guy hanging off his horse? So what's to say he doesn't have some kind of a mental disorder or something? Unchecked, uncharted, no name
It's
for
one
it.
of the professions that is quite high among.
Yeah.
There's guys living in their cars and not taking full all of a wage. Unless they're getting the overtime. That's why they're looking at all them protests.
Yeah.
Cunt. Maybe fucking down in my uniform and saying, sorry, I didn't sign up for that. If you were, they can put on that thing in the first place. Not for a load of money.
Yeah. I think someone's coming in here now. It's going to be a big queue.
Oh, I do like to be seaside.
That's right. We got in just the right moment, we did, we got in there.
So,
Go ahead,
I
Mark.
saw the unit sergeant, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, she said that that's, you have to contact the Garda Ombudsman.
I'm not trying to make a complaint about the guards, to the guards. Yeah, I understand that. I have an appointment already with GSOC to report that end of it.
Okay.
I'm trying to report employees of the council who aren't governed by GSOC, they're members of the public, for theft and fraud and very serious stuff that a normal guard on the street doesn't understand. That's why we have a fraud squad. Yeah? There's no difference than if this was another member of the public on the street who you have no problem investigating, But this is worse. These are civil servants on big money and whatever, who's paid a little bit extra to be in a place of trust, who's managing the public purse, that all of our services are being paid for. And they're stealing from that, so it's even worse,
So what
Now,
was happening to one of them?
I want to report the
Hold on a second,
fraud.
wait, Mark. See the way when he's talking, he's in the and you walk out of the room while he's still talking. You're not going to be able to get the whole story. So would you be able to stay and listen to him and then?
Advice from other members of staff.
Oh, but you're not even listening to his story before you get the advice.
But I'll tell you what the best thing to do, right, is you go back, get her to assign, or as a female officer, is it? Get your sergeant, who's advising you then? Because that's who should be down dealing with this.
So, yeah.
No, she doesn't have to be dealing with it.
Of course she does. Of course she does. Like, I mean, you need advice, so you don't understand that. That's why this stuff here is supposed to be forwarded on to the fraud squad. Do you understand? Like, it's not what you're used to, traffic stuff and all. This is the only problem with this would be, from her point of view, is that we're reporting civil servants. That's the problem. There's a cover-up and corruption going on here for years.
Have you reported already? Have you?
I've reported some of it already. But it doesn't matter that I did, because if it wasn't investigated right, that's why I'm reporting that bit to GSOC. Now, the DPP's office are saying, well, on the face of it, you need to write to us, you know what I mean? So, this here, I was told, go in and report it. A criminal offence is always a criminal offence.
See him just going, Mark, to keep talking
A criminal offence is always a criminal offence. Do you know? And that's, I'm not reporting a member of Gardai Síochána, I'm reporting civil servants, councillors, politicians, and various people. And all this stuff I obtained off the public record. Now, it took me years to understand it all, and I've won court cases in respect of it. Some of it's in the public record, and we're putting out, like, I did report it, but yet the Gardai are putting out statements on RTE saying, although Gardai were made aware of it, no official complaint was made. Well, why not say, actually, Gardai were made aware of it and the DPP decided that, there was no injured party. Well, actually, that's incorrect. There was an injured party, and my rent is wrong, and they says there was only one person's rent affected by it, but I reported to the guards that mine was, and the DPP wasn't made aware of that, so I am an injured party, and it's still a criminal offence, and anybody who prevents or hinders me in my investigation or the reporting of this is actually guilty of an offence, because then it becomes aiding and abetting in a cover-up. So it's quite serious, like, you know, I've spoke to Laura in the superintendent's office, and she said, come in and make a complaint. I says, I come in here 2 months ago to make a complaint, and the guard was saying, or about the council employee, you have to go to GSOC, and they said, no, you don't, you go to the guards. You know what I mean? I'm not making a complaint.
It's the council here.
Yes, it's the council staff and politicians and various other things, and there's a litany of stuff here, right down to value in land. That is fraud. You have to have insurance, you have to be a trained valuer, and you can't sell land on behalf of value land that you're selling to a developer who you're on front in terms.
You're about theft, is it?
Yeah, theft and fraud.
What have they taken from you? What have they taken from you?
Well, they've been overstating my rent and other people's rent. A staff member stole money from the rent accounts. My rent was being overstated. Like, I was.
Is I just ask inside to see where to go with this?
Yeah, well, maybe you should tell your inspector or the sergeant to come out here. Like, I mean, there's no point in us having a middleman. Let's have a conversation here. They don't like when you're complaining about one of their own robbing us all. Employees can rob 15 grand out of the rent, so it's no problem. Nuts. They fucking pepper spray old women and fucking children up in Coolock, but none of this, they won't go after their own. should be open that other hatch. Why isn't the other hatch open, like?
No resources.
No resources, because it's fucking squandered off the money given the town council.
That's it.
Lads, when do you need to kick off that other hatch isn't open? Like, who's the one? Well, do you know what? I'm getting Horvath's number when he comes back. If we don't get the time and the date and a reference number, well, then it's a refusal to take the complaint.
Yeah.
I fucking...
Hey, there you go. He's coming back. Just a few seconds.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You have to go to the solicitor for that, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. No, excuse me. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you, I know the law, right? And you don't. And you can represent yourself. And actually, I can carry out a citizen's arrest. So, if you aren't going to do this, and I'll be informing the superintendent's office yesterday, I have this on. Excuse me, I'm trying to make a criminal complaint here. Go on, are you going to caution me under Section 8 to try and prevent me from making a complaint? Can I get your number? What's your badge number? What's your badge number? I was dealing with him, not you. What's your badge number? You interfered here.
He just left.
What? Can you give me his number, please? Can you get your colleague's number? Badge number?
Oh, the door's closed.
This is what happens, lads, when you try to expose the corruption that they're involved in. No problem pepper spraying old women and battering old men.
That's it.
There's money involved in that. Same with all this shit in the councils. How hard is it to say, come in, meet this guard at this time, here's a fucking reference number?
Hey, he's dealing with somebody else now. They're after leaving that. Cut that for now, we come back another day, will we? Do it again. He's after walking out now, they're dealing with somebody else.
On another hatch?
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
He?
Yeah, I swear to God, yeah. He's dealing with someone else.
You get a picture of that.
No, it's already got it. They're dealing with someone else, yeah. We still out?
Yeah, is that the same yard now, the LH283? I need to ask him for his colleague's number.
Wait there.
Sorry, Gardai.
No, he's not there. He's not there. He's in the back room. You're right now. What do you want to do here? What do you want to do here? He's gone into the back room. He's dealing with them now. Like, this is all on video now.
Who's he dealing with? Different people?
Yeah, different people altogether now. Completely forgot about you. Your man just said, no, he's giving you all the advice you can. So
well, as you can see, guys, Dundalk Garda Station is definitely involved in the cover-up, of this, and they're definitely telling lies. So we now know that RTE wasn't sloppy journalists, that Dundalk Garda Station are actively covering up the theft of money from the rent accounts. People valuing lands for friends of theirs, and lots of stuff with their money. 6.2 million given to the Malones, the Fine Gael Labour political dynasty, the year our hospital closed, for a field that's a 5.1 acre, 2 metre hole in the ground. And still, that was in 2007, the year the hospital closed, that happened. And still, here we are, nearly 2027, and still no houses built down there, because it was never suitable. The boys thought it's zoned and everything, so they did. Very strange stuff. But anyway, refusal of service in Dundalk Garda Station.
Yeah, that's just, I'm going to knock it here. Stop out this way. You going out?
Yeah.
There's no point in staying. We could put another lane through, you know, whatever you want to do, but he's after ignoring us now.
We'll be back tomorrow, we'll have a joint with you.
Right, that's fucking that. So that video's going up.
Yeah, that's fucking... Oh, that's going to be viewing for Laura now this evening.
You just whacked the Gardai card out your cane. Just want to stick that back in your bag?
Yeah.
2 seconds, hold on. Mad that. Mad that.
I think we should leave all the gaps and all in that.
That was mad.
Huh?
That was mad, that was. No, just another Gardai story. Just another Gardai saying story.
They'll probably come now and try to engage with us now that we're out of that.
Yeah?
Do you know what you're going to try and do there when you're saying about leaving? I said, what are you going to do? Caution under Section 8?
Stop there for a second.
Prevent me from reporting a crime. And he didn't give his number, so that's failed to identify. The other guard will have his number, so fight, he knows you come out.
Yeah.
Oh, was right, I'm dealing with him. Now, that other fella, Skin, sounded like the man that we were dealing with on the square, but I don't know, you could see him.
No, that was what time on the square?
On the square, that was one of the guards that was in the courthouse. All there before, right?
I can't remember seeing his face. There's a lot of guard walking towards us. There's your man. That's your man who was dealing with us at the fucking courthouse. Put his hands on you. Think on there. No, he's walking down towards us. It's on. Stop there.
You're a legger.